I don't know.
Mara, hold up, man. With all this couch casting, no one has ever sat here and said, I've been couch casted. So who are they couch casting?
And everybody speaks of it like it's prevalent in the industry, but no one says, you know, it's like porn being $1 billion industry, but there's
no
people,
one watches it.
Yeah, but no one watches it. You know what I mean? Like, it's one.
Mhlawumbi kaloku le nam ndifuna uyi-understand, hence I am now speaking out and going, okay, maybe I should share some stories of my life. There are actors who rock up and absolutely slosh. There are actors who rock up, bengazazi ne-lines, funeka bafidwe ii-lines. I had challenges on the Queen with the makeup and hair department. I would get to work and my costume would be stinking of EJ's fluid.
But with Our Perfect Wedding, it sounds like it's the production company, because you're complaining about things such as the safety, right? Security, the car you're traveling.
Yes, it was Red Pepper.
Red Pepper!
And there was a male actor, black, who had fondled amatanga. And then when I said, I got him in the way, because, and this I did do, I had laughed at Ngxoli's legs.
Not the legs.
I said, Nengondo.
This is Brenda. Which one is this one now?
Which one?
Hibanda.
It's the motherhood one, Baba. It's the motherhood. The motherhood is moved into the who of the podcast who.
You brought us our youngest guest ever.
Yeah, actually.
Thank you, guys. Hi. She's touching everything. You guys did say that your sound man is the best in the country.
Yeah, boy. What's her name? She's so beautiful, man.
Sky. Say
Sky. Hello, Sky. How are you, Sky?
Okay. Her new word is no. So we no face and yes, we are
Yeah. How old is she?
She's 18 months.
18.
Mama was 18, 19, 19, 20. Okusalayo ndamkhupha ngesunroof ngoJuly. Oh, mommy.
Wabona umhlaba.
That's C-section.
Yes, that's C-section.
Is that why you call it Sky? Because I'm keeping a sunroof.
Well, the sweetie pie. Come, mommy.
No. High five.
Okay, I think Didi, you're amazing producer. I think this is the time we Sky.
Yeah, duty calls. Do. Get some practice.
Yeah,
Get
no,
some
she got a
practice.
child.
Oh, yeah, God, she has. Yeah, it's up for kids.
She has 5 kids.
5.
If I sponsor
She's starting to throw things around.
If I sponsor to do spew.
I've never seen your birthmark.
Oh.
Yes, I'm gonna.
Play Coco Melon. Coco Melon.
Oh, man.
Here we go. Play Coco Melon.
Coco Melon.
Zaba strong. Oh, wow.
Brenda slimaza manikizio zethu.
Now you see, she's got a powerful voice. Eh?
Yeah.
And her last name is Brenda.
Didn't you Didn't you give her Winnie Mandela's name as well?
Yeah, she's got 5 names. Igama lakhe nguSky Zanyiwe Ntombi Zodumo. Daniela. Brenda. I couldn't resist. Obviously, Sky gets I just Coco Melon to say, yes, the wheels on the bus. So yeah, I named her after uZanyiwe Mandela. Kodwa ke nguZanyiwe Madikizela. And then ndathi Ntombi Zodumo after my mother, ndasogqiba ndathi Daniela ndadibanisa grandfather wam no tata wam,
which is Daniel and
Nathaniel. Yeah,
oh wow, Daniel and
Nathaniel. Solo.
Oh, so why couldn't you just call it Daniel? Then that Daniel with Daniel, then the Neil will be from Nathaniel.
No,
You achieved the same thing.
Daniela.
Oh, she's a girl. Oh,
Yes, but
Daniela.
I also like Afrikaans. Daniela. So I actually like the language. To be honest. So I love the language. You know, I did 2 years of it at university.
Wow.
The last time I saw Sis Brenda was.
Man, Brenda, man.
My brother, say Brenda. Okay, my brother is taken though. Because it's short for my Brenda. Just say Brenda, man.
Yobuthe mabrongo kathi brizo.
Please.
Mam Brenda, sis Brenda. Ushota ngosisi. Okay, ibona 44-year-old. Enje. Which is
So the last time I saw Brenda was when I was at YFM. The week before I got fired. So she came in studio. We were doing the 2010 kickoff.
Yes.
I went down my archives. I found the video actually. It is. Sugar Smacks was there. Pila was there. And this other guy, I can't remember what his name is. Let me play you the video. Check.
What does this remind you of, yeah? It reminds me of a time when I had snot dripping down my nose.
Wow!
And I was trying to make on some girls there, and I would ask them.
Are you sure it was a girl?
Are you sure it was a girl? Eh? It was you, bro.
So Gina just called MacGyver a little kid.
Miss Nice Time?
That song, I know from my creator, Brenda Ngxoli. Ngxoli or something like that. So, remind me, because we see creates characters like in the morning and it's a wake up with Brenda Fassi, and it was one of the songs like Vula and Gela. And then the other one is Started at the Bottom. You know that one? Yes, that was all the songs.
Cool.
Yes.
All right, cool, man. Give us a call right now, 7720992. What does this track remind you of?
Ask out Nomkaba.
Now, compared to that, you're fat now. Compared to that, you're fat, bro. You're super skinny there.
I endorsements is young.
So I remember that show. She took over the show, bro. Like she was the star of the show the whole time. She took over all those guys in there.
Jeez.
Do you still remember that?
I actually don't.
Meh.
I actually don't.
Yeah, I know it was a long time ago. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our friend of the show, the legendary Bongiwe Brenda Ngxoli. She was born on the 3rd of July, 1981. She's a South African... 1980.
Yes.
Okay. She's a South African actress, model, dancer, and director. She's best known for roles in the television series Says Top La, Hustle, Home Affairs as Vuyo, which saw her getting nominated for an International Emmy Award. Did you go to the Emmys that year?
Yes, I did.
How was that, man?
Apho ungakhange ndifuna uzibuka manje enzela uba abantu iphi ndifuna ikhamera.
Yeah. But also mood. You look good.
You look fine. You look amazing. You look good.
Onyani.
Speak and span.
Enkosi ke ndoda. Bendisatsho ke kule intro yakho indawo ephosileyo is that I'm the first South African to ever be nominated for an international Emmy, and I'm the second African in history.
Wow.
Damn.
Let it be known.
Whoa.
Let it be known.
Second African after who? After who?
La African.
Oh, okay.
So, no, it was actually a Nigerian lady. Yes, no, it was a Nigerian lady. Yeah, the first one.
How was the Emmy? How were the Emmys though?
It was great.
Yeah.
I met Robert De Niro.
Wow.
I said hi to Al Gore. Yeah, it was nice.
Didn't you link up with Nicole Kidman?
No.
Oh.
No, I went to workshops which were run by Itisha like Nicole Kidman. Her what do you call it? Her acting coach. Yes, Susan Benson. So I attended Ilanduga acting lessons for that week.
Oh, okay. Did you end up meeting Nicole Kidman?
Beating her?
No, meeting.
Oh, meeting? No.
I heard beating too.
Nah.
And how was it like winning an Emmy? Did it change your career in any
I
way?
didn't win the Emmy.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
you're
I
nominated.
was nominated.
Yeah, but still, it's still a...
To win.
Yes, I was top 4 in the world, you know, at that stage. And when we got called on stage, they said, you guys are top 4 in the world right now. It was great. You know, it was great. But I think also because, I was 27. ezinye izinto don't sink in at the time.
Yeah.
So it's almost like things are literally going over the top of your head and you don't quite realize what's happening. But that was great. It was
So
what
what was happening in 2013 when you went for a break for like 7 years, I believe, ne? To start farming in the Eastern Cape or something like that?
Yes, ke ngaske ndocoaching ngaske babe ndibriefile ngaske und-interview yoqala phi uyaqala. But anyway andizukuxelela kweyakho ishow.
He's the best interviewer. You know what I'm doing. That's the drive. That's the drive.
Also not he's the best. I call me. I'm the best, Brenda.
Of course.
No, ndiyadlala wethu. Ndiyadlala ndoda. No, I'm not the best Brenda. The best Brenda was Brenda first. I'm the best Brenda.
Yes. We like that.
Yes. What was happening? Yes, okay, I remember. The time when I decided to go to the Eastern Cape, I'd just come back from Germany. I'd been dating a German guy at the time. I came back from Austria, and as I was sitting at the airport in Dubai, I hey man, Brenda, okay. So if fast lewe yakho nalewe, so it means that you're gonna colored. I didn't have a problem with that. I always felt that yes, I wanted to mix things up because growing up in Cape Town, I always felt like the only way to sort things out is that if we were all just integrated, it was all just so that we'd lose the racism, we'd lose the tribalism, we'd lose the culture, we'd lose all these stereotypes when everything is just, where we'd get to be human beings. But once I was confronted with it, I thought, you need to let darker now. No, konje nokuyi-one. Ndaqashwa ngusathana ke ngoku yakho ndizawuthi ndiqashwa ngusathana because ndacinga indlela ezi-creative ntoba okay no ndizawufika ke khawuleze ndimithe ngoku ndizawuthi kutheni yakona ndathi nethi ndifike ndithi kuzawuthi kutheni then I realize kuzawufuna ndixoke somewhere yakona so ndizawuthi nditheni ndizawuthi ndidlwengulwe like that for me hit so like hard and I went Brenda, you know the streets of Austria, you know how to khwela i-trains zase-Berlin, nase-Austria, Orange Lane, Ntonton Lane. But awulazi xolobe, ngaba uyazazi wena uba ungubani kanye. I'd obviously spent like a lot of my time traveling with the SABC, senze road shows, we invite where uthethe nabantwana. And and it's always like my whole sentence was always zingce zithande ungoyiki but ndizawuzingca njani kakuhle ndingakho sure undiva nezibane ziblank.
I'm trying to keep up.
Got the pregnancy part.
No, I missed the
So
pregnancy
she dated
part.
a white guy and had a fear that she's gonna now give birth to a non-black child, and she really wanted to desperately and thought of ways of getting pregnant before being pregnant with his child.
No,
But she figured she
let
need
me
to lie
speak
to her.
English, guys. Let me speak English. Because I remember when I played Unoma Princess on The Queen, I used to get like a lot of inboxes of people saying, "Hi Brenda, was Mosha, why are you speaking Xhosa or you are being fake or like whatever." And actually, guys, I do speak a lot of English. I grew up as a domestic worker's daughter in Muizenberg. My first language is English. But when I came to Johannesburg, I actually I don't know. I got introduced to the Steve Bikos and, I write what I like. And I thought, Amandla, But yeah, I do speak a lot of English and I will put on my English hat.
No, you don't need to. You can.
No, I'm going to translate. I'm going to translate because I boot up because even your Xhosa is a little bit gravy.
It is. It's not my fault. Yeah.
So then I long story short, I was sitting in an airport in Dubai.
Yes.
And then, I was contemplating what lie I would spin to the lover as to, what had happened, why am I pregnant with a melanin child? And once creativity ran through the mind and I thought, okay. The first thing was like, I got raped or something,
Whoa.
And then I was like, oh, Brenda, that's deep. Yeah. And then I that to me started saying, oof, Brenda, okay, maybe you're so desperate you're fascinated by your own melanin, but at the same time, do you even know who you are? Do you really know like these villages that you claim and I'm this like self-appointed, Xhosa ambassador. So it's at that point I came back and I was staying in Sandton and I packed my stuff and I took a picture and I sent it to my mother and I said, I'm on my way to the villages. Obviously, and I said, they bewitched you. But that was me. That was me going off to the Eastern Cape.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So at that time, you're not doing any roles, nothing?
No, I'd just come back from, I'm just trying to remember what I'd finished shooting. I can't remember. But it was, I came back just around July. It was winter. And then I just packed up and left. I've done that quite numerous times in my career where, I'll pack up and go and decide to go stay somewhere,
I'm fascinated by the feel or the need of that you needed to birth a 100%, if I can put it like that, black child. Where do you think that comes from?
I don't know. It hit me when I was sitting at that airport. Maybe it was because I'd suddenly come back, from Germany and Austria, and I'd been like the dark spot, like everywhere I went. I don't know what happened there. There was no racism that took place. I'd always been an ambassador of integration. I always loved white boys, I love their green eyes. I just like good-looking things.
Are they better lovers than black guys?
Look, I find people are just people. If I find like some really nice, decent, black.
Is she quiet?
Is she quiet now?
Yeah, she is.
You can't go wrong with Coco Melon.
Yeah, or experience. You got experience.
No, but she's also quite the smart child. So she's a smart. She's got good vibes. And also, what I've also tried to do with her is not.
Where's her baby daddy?
He's in his skin, and may that be the last question you ask.
Okay.
Of him.
About
him. Unless I openly share.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Respect.
He's in his skin. What does that mean? That translates?
He's somewhere out there. He's alive.
He's alive.
He's alive. That's what he's alive somewhere out there.
It's like he's in his body.
He's in his body. No, he's.
What's Kumba's that?
He's there.
It's Kumba.
No.
Well, why don't we talk about him? Like that's
no, because I just don't feel like. But I didn't say unless I talk about it.
Okay.
That's
okay.
Yes.
So you might.
Yes, of course. Oh, definitely.
Is he present? A present dad?
I said, let's just put it this way. I'm a single parent.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a single parent.
So you just pack and leave. What do you tell your man? Like, how do you break up with him? Do you break up with him or you just go?
Break up
from
with
Sandton.
From Sandton, the white guy, the green-eyed boy.
No, the green-eyed boy was in Germany, remember? Listening is a skill.
So then how did you break... Wait. So in Sandton you weren't with him. Listen,
as Sandton, yes, Hlalela. I am residing in Sandton. I am now seeing this guy who is in Germany. I then go over to Germany. Then whilst I'm at the airport...
In Dubai,
thank you.
You started thinking.
Yes, I then started contemplating about, the children. Making sense.
Makes sense. Queen Brenda, the third of the Ngxoli house. Makes 100% sense.
Thank you, darling.
So,
maybe if I speak like this, everything will start sinking with you.
Oh, yes, Your Honor, yes.
Mind your language. Maybe that's where he learned his English from.
So when you land in Eastern Cape for 7 years, what are you doing that whole time?
So I land there and the homestead is in shambles. There's like 3 little pigs. So I take care of the homestead, First thing I did was to get rid of the helper that was there. But I just started looking after the homestead and farming, and I grew the pigs from 3 little pigs to 45.
Whoa.
In between, I started then working from there. So then I did another show called Hustle. And I've always been faced with challenges. I got a misebenzini. So as Mabengeza, they were, busy going, Brenda, what. I then decided I made a vow that I didn't want to really talk to anyone. So because I was just trying to avoid conflict. So I went and I sat in the combi, and then I Googled sheep. So I bought my first flock of sheep.
Wow.
So I was on YouTube a lot, teaching myself, But I was farming, I was homesteading.
So as it stands now, how's the farm looking like? How many animals you got now?
Well, you can ask my mother.
Okay, you don't know.
Let's just put it this way. If you turn around and look this way, those who are left behind will find it in their power to sell and do as they wish.
She sold the animals.
No, they're still there.
So what does she sell then?
The animals. The animals. No, she didn't sell it. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you guys had a conflict. Is that why you left the Eastern Cape?
When this time round? Yes. No, look, I mean, one of the reasons why when I do interviews, when chill and chill.
Yeah, chill and chill.
I'm quite pedantic. I've watched a lot of your guys' stuff, and I've had my own opinions of what I think about you guys.
Yeah.
Ideally, I would have written an email and said, "Can they please be sober?" Because then it means that I'd actually get to meet you guys.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons why I actually took this interview, apart from your amazing producer who's been on my case for like many years.
Yeah.
One of the reasons was the fact that I've been feeling like a lot of the times people are writing the Brenda Ngxoli story. And because I'm quiet about it, the narrative is growing wings. And these wings are growing to such an extent that, it's either I'm not working or, the rest of the village has a thought on me because I've always just been like, I'm an Brenda Thula. And I was raised in such a way, mama, she always said to me, but that doesn't help anyone. Speaking about it, I'm not immune. I'm not different to anybody else. But yes, right now, I do not have the healthiest of relationships with my mother and my sister. This is something that I wouldn't talk about. But in the diniwe man ufakwe koneni yaqonda kuthiwa xa kuxatyanwa kuthiwa sakusemaphepheni. I've heard that sentence. If ukhe wavula umlomo athi umntu, yo, Brenda uyandibetha, and the rest of the village is listening. So ke ngoku ufuna kuthweni kuthiwa uBrenda Ngxoli uyakubetha. This is my mother that I've sacrificed. She has sacrificed a lot for me. A lot. But I won't be backed into a corner.
Can you bring us to speed, as well as the chillers that might be watching who are not familiar with the story that you're talking about? Where are we at now? What are the papers saying? What do you want to address?
Which story? There's so much to me.
Yeah,
Yes, that's what I would have advised. But I can't.
It's your story, so it's your story.
Where are we now?
What are the papers? What are the papers? What are the papers been? What's the narrative they've been pushing, which you do not like, which you wanted to address here?
Look, I mean, through the years, you've got to understand that my career has also spanned over, I think I'm hitting like 24 years.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So, through that 24, 25 years, storylines have changed depending on what show I'm on. Storylines have changed depending like what's happening to me. What
are some of those storylines?
So some of the storylines, I'll leave a show and then they'll be like, Brenda's a diva, Brenda's dramatic, Brenda's difficult. Yes. So for me, I would always keep quiet because my sentiment has always been that what happens in the boardroom stays in the boardroom.
Yes.
But sometimes when I can decoupe boardroom because somebody's leaking it. So at times I've always felt that producers or maybe I won't say producers, I'll say the shows or whoever has been unable to explain my exit. So then the easy way is just to leak his story and say Brenda Ngxoli is difficult. For instance, when I left My Perfect Wedding, there was a storyline that came out that said, Brenda Ngxoli is difficult. And my contract didn't get renewed because I was being offered the same rate. One, I had raised an issue of security because we are ezindaweni zabantu. Sometimes it's late at night and you're there. So, there were certain things where I was going, hey, listen, guys, city bump up, even the ride, please, let's not travel like maybe in an old rickety tires, because once we get there, then this brand, is it My Perfect Wedding? When at the same time, you've just been in a rickety car. I'm not trashing the brand. I'm not here to trash anything. I'm not here to trash anyone. This is a time when I am deciding to tell my side of the story, Brenda's story. When I left the RGB, there were also like stories that were out there saying Brenda out somizi in yakona. That you mean dambuzu some. I'm like, what's this? What's happening? Brenda, wake up. Papers will always write. They'll always try and create stories or try and create narratives. I was like, oh, okay, I've always liked Somizi and I respect everything that he says because he's got like the experience that comes with it. But at the same time, I was fired from ERGB through the newspapers.
Damn.
So mna ndisekhaya kusenziwa umcimbi umama athi funa kuxhelwa inkomo, like okay imali kwenziwe inkomo kwenziwe lo mcimbi lo mntu le nto yayisenziwa. And I had caught I was catching a bus. I'd always catch a bus because it's the easiest way instead of like going 2 hours from East London to the village. So I caught a bus from Queenstown. And as I was sitting in the bus, DMJ, love DMJ. It's a black-owned company. It doesn't exist anymore, but anyway. So I was sitting in DMJ and Uprince Khantisdao then called me and said, "Hi, Bo Mandlangsa, have you seen the papers?" I was like, "Hi, Butika, what's happening?" And he was like, okay, and he started reading. Now I realized, oh shit, I'm fired. And I came back and I walked into the office and the producer at the time wanted Jula Ngepepa. Did you talk to the papers? No. So how come there was an article in the newspaper? It's like, no, bendingekho mna bense Eastern Cape. Oh, well, anyway, read that. But they were struggling to find like a replacement. By the time they found beautiful Paul Tusi, I had actually been back several times to be on the show. It was very struggling. Shukhangela umntu. Akhondo ke nalapho ndisenguBrenda Ngxoli.
So, like, I'm surprised you'd go back after such a treatment and such a firing in that particular manner. Like, what made you go back?
Go back where?
To RGB. You said you'd go back to do some few shows as they struggled with the replacement.
Because I'm bigger than whatever shenanigans take place. You go? I'm bigger than those shenanigans. I've always just been dedicated. But okay, masebenze, because in the understand about the shenanigans. You see, what I've also understood about the industry is that the shenanigans take place like it's the production manager. You go? Now you're going to be angry with. Let's say you're going to be angry with the boss of the company. If you've got a problem with the boss of the company, which I had done when I was on RGB, I wrote an email and requested that the Danis and the whatever be in a meeting because I was having serious problems with whoever was loading the script. Ndizawufika phaa mna ngo-12. Ndiba ngo-12. Ngo-12 uFat Joe yena uzawufika phaa ngo-6 esuke Kapa. So record it quickly. Because he's got to go. He's catching a flight back to Cape Town. He's got to catch the 9 o'clock flight. So I would get there like during the day and go 12 and but I want to translate my script because I want to have like the Xhosa in. I want to rehearse it. I want to, like I'm Brenda. I'm this Brenda. I'm not this diva you guys say I am. I'm really this hardworking, individual. And then it's like, what action rolling? I'm a nice script samisi. So then guys, this script. Now automatically everyone who's here, the floor managers like now,
There she goes.
Jolizandla. Yaqonda?
There she goes.
Nomnye ne-sound man. Itsiki. Yabona? Uyaqonda wonke umuntu ngoku ne-makeup artist seyifaneke ikwenza. Yaqonda because so that sort of energy spreads, and yet all I wanted was just ndicela nje esa script bendisebenzisa ndicela nje sona nje qha. Yaqonda? So I'd called a meeting for that, requested a meeting, and yeah.
Is that the only time you were fired from a production?
No, there was this other time on My Perfect Family. Perfect Family, I think so. I think it was the first production that had been done by the guys who produced How to Ruin Christmas.
How to Ruin Christmas,
yes. La Trio. Yes. So, ndaladuka ke ndabizwa. I know, sashuta. And at some point, I was with MLA at this time, Iban Pazami, and the person who was handling my account or whatever was Anna. And somewhere along the line, we decided that there was a voiceover that, was paying like a lot of money. And I don't know what happened in the logistics of whatever, but they needed me on set and I was wanting to go do the voiceover. So I said, "Hi, Mama, and I anyway, but you should have told them." It was one of those like, okay, but we want you here. And I was like, but we can't now say no to the voiceover people. And they were paying me like much more. So it became like that. He said, she said, and they got annoyed and they fired me. But I've always thought though, because ukhona omnye wababhuti oyekhe waza kwam ngonahla esendini. Like if not ndizithetha kaloku nezam i-shenanigans yabo. Ndiyathi nje uba ingathi people are horrible. So ke laa bhuti weza ezondivizithela and he came with a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Yeah. And wathi ngoku ahleliyo akhoyo kwafowuna anyway. Uchuma. Uchuma bangafona ndakushiya apha nangoku.
Okay.
Yes. Yafona ke yafika le way nguchuma sasela le wine ya le way. Sayisela, sorry bra. So I always thought that part of the reason that I got fired was probably like
because of that night.
I don't know.
Wow.
What happened after the wine?
Well, we drank his wine and he left.
Also, he was from the production. Like
but he became like a producer like years later. So years later, I get employed and then the next thing, so clearly I'm being too difficult. I was just like, I will so easily and replace it just like that. And I thought,
did you ever confront him?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So you guys just knew that it was because of that night?
Well, I always just thought.
Yeah.
I don't know what he
Was he
thought.
He was expecting bumps, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted bumps, no?
I don't know. But look, I mean, in all honesty, like if Tsuma had arrived now, actually.
Yeah, you've said that
Yes.
before.
So he was there, but
It's nothing personal.
no, I think I was just young, man. I was 27 and I thought, I shot American ice creams once at my Gatsby's or whatever. I was just, maybe I was just a bit inconsiderate. I don't even know if he wanted me. Yeah, God. So I don't know, but I am aware that, babukhona uburude and abu display.
Did you ever lose roles because you don't want to give it up?
I've definitely never been employed, and part of the reason is someone said to me, "Yeah, Brenda, we make a Durban. You are uninvitable to Durban." So I've realized
What's going on in
that,
Durban?
I don't know. Well, it probably means like, Brenda, we're going to Durban.
To do what?
I don't know what happens in Durban, dude. Like, I don't know, but clearly something's happening in Durban. But I've also been accused of being quite primitive. Yeah. Yeah, and Banyansile.
So primitive is
Your bus stop.
So because you're not giving it up.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
So Durban being Durban, July, or just generally?
I don't know, but I understood that it was and memeka Durban. So okay, I was uti Brenda. Let's, I don't know. I've never been on those trips.
Oh, I think. So it means generally when they want to couch cast, sometimes they take a trip to Durban and smash in Durban, and then things are sorted.
Or couch pay. Look, I'm sure if you cast you at some point, you gotta pay for the role.
Then they get taken to Durban.
And yeah, Bloom. I don't know.
Mara, hold up, man. With all this couch casting, no one has ever sat here and said, I've been couch casted. So who are they couch casting?
And everybody speaks of it like it's prevalent in the industry, but no one says, it's like porn being $1 billion industry, but there's
no one watches it.
Yeah, but no one watches it. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things.
Guys, do you think they'd agree? Do you think someone would say, actually, I got that role because I don't
It's your story. It's your story. The role is done. It's not like they can take back the role.
Yeah.
Sure, babe. I know. I'm too arrogant. Yeah. And that's on a scale. Chances are that also whoever is couch casting is somebody that I probably wouldn't find attractive. So kufana nabanya babaye Dubai, I'm sure awuyine hang Dubai.
Of course.
So kuzawufuneka ke ukudile nomkhatyana phayana. Ish.
So with everything that you're saying, is that why you think you were blackballed at some point in your career?
I don't think no. That would be no, that would be taking it too light. I have been trying to figure out indoba ndiyibhude phi. Yaqonda? Ndiyibhude phi. Because yes, I will stand up for my rights, but I never come, to the public space and say, oh, so-and-so did this to me. So I've tried to create like a professional integrity. So ingaba ndiyibhude with social skills. Maybe I lack social skills. I don't know how to sebenza nabantu or something. But what I have realized is that I call myself a soldier, like an acting soldier. Maybe I'm too serious. Maybe I'm too serious because and I'm not going to be apologetic about this. I do not like this thing. Because Brenda's busy going red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry. And even when I walked in, I said, you guys are so loud. I didn't hear anyone who was doing like a voice warm up. Oh my gosh.
Imagine.
She's complaining about that. That's so
Because we're not acting. We're not acting.
We need to get into the zone.
Yeah, but for me,
yes.
For me, even though I'm coming here, you better rest assured that when I was on the way here, I was busy going so that when I get here, I've got like a voice that's already warm. I've got, I've got an energy that is, that is ready.
Let's go, Kanye. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Let's go. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
And get next time. The swan swam across the sea, well swan. The swan swam back again, swim. So they've got like this goal.
This is how we warm up, man. Fuck it.
That's right.
Was clear. You're such a professional.
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness, is that real alcohol, bro? Yeah. Sell that thing in the right industry.
Yes.
So I've found that at times that analness of mine to be so like, I want to get into character.
Can rub off people.
It does alienate people. There was a time where I was always being given roles as lower LSM. And I'm thinking, Tico, people are going to hate me more now. Because every time it's only going to get to a certain point of you improvising where you see in the actress's face that, damn, they're starting to take it personally.
Oh, wow.
And that's the beginning of the fun for me in this show, because ngoku kuzawubhalwa emails that say, Brenda's actually swearing at me. Brenda is doing this. You know what I mean? So these sort of like, I call them, rough diamond characters, or characters with a lot of tragic flaws. They've alienated me in the industry. Yes, the audience loves them, but for me, those things of improvising and saying, you will say what comes not really within the character's, parameters, but you will say, a couple of things. Like, for instance, I was doing like a hustle, and the lady, Kit Kambule's sister, I forgot her name. But I mean, it ended up she didn't like me, and we had been in Johannesburg like forever before. Siambi poetry sessions, with Paulo Chibango and all the guys from Mozambique. And once we did that role, it was like, the relationship was kudos. Emails were being written. At some point on that particular production, people were doing Brenda Ngxoli must go.
Whoa.
My life is a movie. Brenda Ngxoli must go. And one of the reasons were that I don't talk when I'm sitting like on the makeup chair. I don't talk to people. So I'm thinking, my goodness, Lord, I am trying to play somebody who's high on cocaine. So you best believe that if we are shooting today, I am going to be trying to be, I'm trying to be somewhere. I've got like real problems. But also, like, there is a culture of like, just before a take, no, people do that. I'm not saying they mustn't do it. It's just that for me, it doesn't work. I don't have the energy and capacity. Yes, I'll joke with like crew and whatever. But for me, I would actually, if I didn't have to, I'd be quite happy. Yeah, God, if I didn't have to like really do the admin work of like now, because they can
be annoying sometimes.
Thank you, dude. Thank you. I always say they're the biggest divas in the industry. I like you. Yeah, because you have to nurse like these egos, and you're thinking, once the action goes, if you've got to cry in the scene, they're the first people to go like, once you fluff. So now I've got to choose, am I going to try and impress and make the director happy, or am I going to try and impress and keep you happy?
Because they want to go home.
And they will switch those lights off. They don't like overtime if there's no overtime. They are really the biggest divas. But, they people and, yeah. But,
So you said that, because we haven't seen you on the TV screens of late, right? So what would you attest that to? Because you said it's not being blackballed.
What do you mean you haven't seen me?
What are you on?
Number just launched.
Oh, you're in number.
Yeah, oh, yes, number. You didn't do your research, right? That is a research. No, but also what you've also got to remember is that I am like raising a child. Okay. But yes, I'm not there on the screens. I'm not there on the screens.
By choice?
No. Not totally by choice. Understand. Hence, I am now speaking out and going, okay, maybe I should share some stories of my life. Be like, someone who had worked with me on Hustle would going around telling people, you don't want to use Brenda. You got? And I'm going to turn around and say, actually, Hustle, Brenda Ngxoli must go. To the extent where I said, okay, if wardrobe and makeup are going to be doing and going, Brenda Ngxoli must go, don't touch my face with that. Come make a phone agent. Listen, Owie, they saying Brenda Ngxoli must go. So I think I've got a makeup artist that can come in here quickly. Come and call us and phone Simbra Sani, please pull through. Because now if you're going to do it and say Brenda Ngxoli must go, and I don't understand what to do, why am I going to be comfortable with you touching my face?
Yeah.
But now also remember that makeup artist and that wardrobe department will then follow you to your next show.
It's a small industry.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that the directors aren't standing up for you. Well, it sounds like you're a director's dream because you're such a perfectionist. Now, who's a makeup person? Because in the hierarchy, I'd assume you're more important and you're getting the results.
Look, I think, speaking on behalf of the directors, you don't want to lose your crew.
Over your talent.
I think they also caught in between, maybe.
And
it's business also. Crews
costly, the per hour.
And then the overtime. I remember, like, you know,
because most of the budget with these productions goes to crew. Let's be honest.
Production.
So I mean, I've also seen like some crew making like the director's life a loving hell.
Wow.
They're gonna like a director if he can cause oh fuck, and now he's like, why so?
I've heard that.
Hey, akakhulunwa nathi njalo. Thina thetha nathi ngelo hlobo. No. Uyabona, and for me as a performer, I want to hear a set where somebody's going, fuck.
Yes,
because if I don't get something, I'm like, fuck Brenda.
Yeah.
But now you say fuck Brenda, who knows out?
Yo. So where we at, so?
So I'm not working. I also don't. I want to know. I want these people abasoloko bethetha ngegama lam ngaphandle bona bahlele emisebenzini. They at work. I'm not. I have never not made it to work because the say flight masicho. There are actors who rock up and absolutely sloshed. There are actors who rock up bengazazi lines. Funeka bafidwe lines. There are actors obona into okoba no character work has been done here, but they're here.
Give us names. Who is it? Connie Ferguson. Who are we talking about here?
Actually, one of the reasons why I actually didn't come the last time when you guys had called me is because it was at a time when the Queen was actually ending. And I didn't want to be on the bandwagon that is trashing Connie Ferguson. I don't care. I will stand on my own if that is the case. I have never had money issues with Connie Ferguson. I have never had my money not arrive on time whilst working for the Ferguson films. My biggest paycheck was from Ferguson Films.
Wow.
Yes. I have repeatedly said, and even said to her in Durban, I find it so strange, Sis Connie, that, you know, you are feeding so many mouths, yet nobody will stand up when it's time to say, Kaume man, no, actually, didn't bond in It's because of lo mama. You know, on those sets, after set, people are packing food, you know, whatever was left over. So you can imagine, I'm not saying that she's, you know, feeding people food or they should be grateful because now there's like food that we get to take home. But at the end of the day, if you have a job for more than 6 months, I think you better be kissing that person here, and somewhere at the back.
I'm waiting for the kisses, guys. Where are the kisses?
Yes.
Where are the kisses?
Because when the show had come to an end, a lot of people were crying. Now all of a sudden, but still they weren't crying like on social media. They were crying. People were depressed. They said, I cannot said. So why did you leave the Queen then if you guys were so good? Look, the show was coming to an end.
Okay.
And also do remember that I was never a lead.
Okay.
So if they were going to be wrapping up the show, they were never going to choose me to be up until the end. But in Ferguson film style, and this is what Laurenell had explained to me, said, Brenda, even though your storyline really is coming to an end here, we will keep you on the contract till the end of the contract.
Wow.
Yeah, so people don't discuss those type of things.
I get you.
That is why I then went on social media and said to that gentleman, Mr. Mpela, Phil, and I said, whack. Because That's not the problems or the challenges that I had on the Queen had nothing to do with Connie Ferguson.
You are 25 years in the game. I mean, new artists want to get in this space. Can you tell us which productions go, which ones are not? Stay away from these ones.
From your experience.
No.
Connie Ferguson sounds like it's a go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a go.
Yes,
It's
it's a go. Look, I want to talk about the challenges. I need
Yes,
to
I
address
heard that
this one.
part,
No,
yeah.
I want to talk about the challenges because I think it goes back. I had challenges on the Queen with the makeup and hair department. I would get to work and my costume would be stinking of EJ's fluid.
Jeez.
So there was a time when I was wearing an undergarment. When I looked at it, it said Gracious Mabuza. Who it was Rami Chweni's costume.
Yeah.
I still went to set and wore it. But xa kunamhlanje, people will sit on the set, okay, Brenda Ngxoli is difficult or she's ungrateful or whatever. But those are actually some of the things that I had to stomach. And sometimes it is not the person at the top who is busy getting up to no good. It is the people at who are running the show.
Yeah.
And then I'm not going to leave and be like, oh yeah, Connie Ferguson did it. She didn't.
No.
The challenge that I had was with a wardrobe and makeup. And makeup after Nonhlanhla Nombewu, may her, soul rest in peace, had passed away. After then, I really had challenges with Ilanduka. And Usis Nganyembe was also there on the hustle when Brenda Ngxoli must go. Brenda Ngxoli must go. The next question.
Yeah, so the productions? So Connie Ferguson's a go.
Yes, it's a go. Cheds are pictures. It's a go.
It's a
Yeah.
go.
Yes. Nobody talks about this, but that is a well-oiled machine.
Nice.
Those crew members are I have never seen such professional etiquette. We are tulwa. Bayayazi baqhubeka ntoni escriptini.
Yeah.
They are gonna
They do adulting.
Yes.
Which show was it
They
you were on?
also, I was on
there's them lots,
The
Yeah,
River.
wow, no, they
Yes.
good. Wow,
They are they know, you don't need to get to set. You never hear quiet on set. They know what's in the script. Sometimes you'll find yourself on set and nobody knows what's happening. And you're you've been hustling
Yeah, at the back, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm crying in the scene. Don't you get there? And everybody's like, and then when you go stand in the corner, try manje, Brenda. Now, we're not a professional etiquette. 10 go, says Brenda.
So Cheds as a go, which ones are not a go?
I don't know if they're not a go, but what are the time?
The guys who did Cha-Cha, are they a go?
Yes, the former Curious Pictures, and they're the ones that did in number. Yes, and they also doing Savage Beauty. Yes, they're definite go. Yes,
Our boy Angus Gibson. Bomb Productions.
I've never worked for them.
It's a ass. Is Home Affairs a go? The guys who did Home Affairs?
Penguin Films. Look, but people have said a lot of stuff in the industry about Penguin Films, but Roberta treated me well. And I did. Ndathatha imali yakhona ndakha ekhaya yaqonda. So I always say don't complain about the pennies because you had actually agreed. It's what you take the pennies and you do with them. You only complain really if the treatment is starting to be out of it. Then you're I uniki 2 cents already, so so but also no. Penguin Films, I would definitely say it's a go.
Kosli, do you have a question?
I don't really have my problems are never with the production company.
Yeah.
See, I feel like I'm every production company and producer's dream because I'm aiming for one take. I've nicknamed myself a one take wonder.
Wow.
So I don't,
You have a problem with the crew?
No, not necessarily the crew. I have a problem with whomever has decided to make it their point to say Brenda Ngxoli is difficult. And I'm saying, show me the difficultness.
That could be production. That could be crew. That could be all of
Generally, because
them.
those are the people you interact with closely.
Yes, and
the bottom.
the thing is, it takes one thing for one person to say, "Yo, Brenda Ngxoli difficult. You don't want to work with her." And then the next thing, somebody else is already also repeating the same sentiment. And I'm saying, okay, bring me one production company that has said, "Yo, Brenda cost us millions today."
But with Our Perfect Wedding, it sounds like it's the production company because you're complaining about things such as the safety, right? Security, the car you're traveling
Yes,
in.
it was red pepper.
Red Pepper.
Red Pepper.
I started there with Cecil Berry.
No, I can't remember that other lady. But
Yeah, my bands are crazy, so that's why I started Red Pepper.
yeah.
Mm.
Look, I mean, it's a catch-22 because I just love my work so much. And I loved My Perfect Wedding so much, and I pride myself that I always did like one takes.
So here's what I'm getting at, ne? I feel like maybe you were. Here's my take. What I gathered from what you're saying, I feel like you were probably at the wrong country, because what you are saying in Hollywood, that's a norm. Like that's how people. That's the daily routine. Professionalism to the T. You understand?
No, the
Whereas in
level of
SA
professionalism it's going down and it's going down now.
Yes.
And also, you see, at my age, the minute there's a young one who's going like this, and you go, already you've lost her.
She takes it personal.
Yeah.
Like you have lost her so personal. You are going to be answering things like, there's a young lady who I was hauled into a meeting, and she said that my when I signed the register, my G goes into her name that is below.
Oh my God.
You know, like I've literally had to answer to things that went on by, like, okay, and then another time she was like, yeah, Uprena, I said that you must leave your problems at the gate. Like, okay,
Natasha Tane.
No, not Natasha. No. Lorraine. Yes.
But can you hear what's happening? The bar's so low that when you come like Brenda and you're such a professional, you're such an anal person about
please
your
don't
craft,
be anal.
You stick out like a sore thumb. You get what I'm
You
saying?
just want to get things done.
Please
it's like you
don't.
shout at someone for not doing their job, and then afterwards they think it was personal. No, it's about getting the fucking result.
No. And please don't advise to all the other, over 40 actors and actresses. Do not advise the young ones. Don't say, oh, baby girl, come eat you so, and then you'll catch, the light. I mean, look, I always, maybe I'm just like such a fan of like Ukoni. Like she's just, I think she learns those lines so quickly, hey.
Wow.
Like, she'll make jokes and she'll like, up until the last second, and then she'll be on her lies. Like, you can see that experience as a generation, and like it pulls through. And then if you join, like, if we're gonna talk like this, and I love talking, if we're gonna talk like this, I'm gonna forget the lines. Right? So a lot of the time she'll be like, Brenda, you're missing your light. Also, Brenda, you'll be like, oh, okay, good. Yeah, good. But you say that to those ones, next thing already.
Crazy, man.
But for me, you do that. Also, I mean, in Nam, I've got an ego.
Yeah.
You start playing those games, I go, yay.
Ghost
There
Lady, you had a
she's losing
question?
focus.
What's your question?
You're talking about the undergarments that you end up taking from All Gracious Mabuza. So are you telling
The
me
undergarment that the undergarment that was written Gracious's name was given to me by production, by the wardrobe department. Yes.
No, I'm trying to understand. Is it that when one is acting, are you not just only given clothes? Are you also given undergarments as well?
It also depends, Galoko, what the scene is about. Yeah, so if it's a scene like that morning, we were shooting a scene where it was Ubovungana and Noma Princess are in bed.
Okay.
So they will give you something. Whether it's like, a slip, or whatever. But they didn't have anything for me. And when I was given something, it would then look at Gracia says,
but with all fairness, maybe she had never used it. and it was like, okay, maybe you could wear that.
Okay, maybe it's because I already had experience with that wardrobe team from Hustle and everywhere else.
Yeah.
And obviously, I mean, if you do get there and your clothes are smelling of your Jace fluid.
Oh, yeah, that's
and now that's also another thing. I also felt really embarrassed that I would have to like raise these things with Mrs. Connie because I really,
Do you think that was deliberate?
I don't know, but it
Because
repeatedly...
Jace fluid, that's extreme. It's not like it
repeatedly smelt.
Damn.
It repeatedly.
That's crazy.
And it was blamed on, I don't know, something about Ngxoli, I don't know what, but I don't think the other kids' clothes were like that. I had also, You see, I don't want to talk. I don't want to taint Sis Connie's name. This is not about her. This is not. But I think that people who work for her or behind her easily mess up and it affects her brand.
And I think if you don't mention that, she won't know. But if you mention it, then she'll do something about it.
I don't think, like, I've always thought, like, do these people really love her? Because the way they're behaving is like they really want her to. People are already talking.
It's almost like they want her to fail.
Yes, it's like people are already talking so bad about, her. So why is this happening? And I do know that I was also not the only actor who had been wearing like old shoes.
Damn.
There is I'm not going to pull like the actors' names. I'll make because I'm the one who, had challenges with.
And she can't micromanage everybody.
No, she's Connie Ferguson. You know what I mean? She's got people to handle that stuff.
Yeah.
So, I remember at some point I was complaining about, hey, the shoes, there's this second hand actually is Angu. So now she must not think about, you know what I mean? Like that's not her. But and then it's like, no, there's receipts and there's this, and now it's like a back and forth, and I'm going, okay.
So I want to move on from this. So in a nutshell, what you want to say is that you're not hard to work with. You're just very professional.
Yeah.
I'm extremely professional.
And it rubs people off.
Yes. And
that's it.
Well, Jonga, babes, I'm also like an actress. I'm going to sit here and behave like I didn't perfect Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
I'm sure ikona apho dingekho 100%. So I can only speak for myself and try and defend myself and fight for my legacy. Because part of me opening up now is saying I'm fighting for my legacy. I'm fighting for my name. I'm fighting for what is mine. I'm fighting so that this child, this guy, when she goes through these newspaper articles and whatever's on the internet, she can understand that it's okay to speak out, even though I'm speaking out. Like I've been in the industry like 20 odd years there. But this is the first time I'm even mentioning i-wardrobe department, ne-hair department. You understand? Abaninzi nabanye ndinoba mention abanye makeup artists and wawutrainwe apha kanti that's why you don't like me. Okay, cool. I've even had like a makeup artist, like makeup would write emails and say, in the makeup room, Brenda didn't like the extra. Yeah, so there is a culture of if we are together, some bonies. They're gone. And unfortunately, like
it's mob mentality.
Yeah, I've even gotten to that stage where during a production, I always warn the director and the producer, like, the blacks might turn on you.
Yes,
They're gonna, so just be aware.
Yes.
I won't be making jokes with the crew.
Yes.
So it might
backfire.
It might backfire. So if it happens,
yeah.
Because and joke kakhulu. Ndiyakuthanda ujoka but andifuni.
Usespanini.
Yabonini? Ukubona abantu xa bengakwazi ukhala. Have you ever seen the constipation tears? No. Not even one tear.
Yeah.
You say that blacks may turn on you. Have you had a better experience working generally with whites or predominantly more white space?
Yeah. And it pains me to say that.
Wait, what happened with this guy David James?
Yes, David James.
Racial slurs.
He called me, hey, yo, gaffer mate.
White guy.
Yes,
David
white
James.
guy. Yeah.
What happened there?
And you still feel that whites are better to work with?
Well, I'm not saying like you. The question was, have I had better experience?
Yes, generally. Yes.
Yeah, gone generally.
And then
yes, David James did call me the hey, yo, gaffer mate. He did say that it was on a production that was black owned.
What What production was this?
It's Yellowbone Entertainment
Yellowbone.
on Sew the Winter to My Skin.
Wow.
So what was going on? So you were about to
Context,
shoot
yeah.
something.
Yes, we were shooting. There is check out the movie. It's it's quite good. We were shooting a scene.
The Kaffers must check it out.
Yeah.
No.
According to David. What's his name?
According to
What's his
James.
name?
David James.
David
Yes,
James.
yeah.
According to David
Maybe the
James.
mates. It was like one of the last days. It was a hectic day, and there was fake snow, and there was it was hectic. And then he was standing up there on at the door of the wardrobe thingy, and I was down at the bottom, and he said, "Hey," I turned around and said, "Hey, you cover mate."
Yes.
And
Fucking
what hurt the most was that
Government means
like I don't know. Is it
We don't care what it means, man. It's
government mate.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand.
What hurt the most was that when I looked like this, there were a whole lot of like white extras. They were more shocked than I could. They go, so I find and I say, "Hey, you're behaving like a boer." Go, in fact, this is so weak because a boer is a farmer. So like, and I went off crying. AD. Like it was a hectic, big day. I was crying at the AD. The Canadian girl was with me saying, "No, it reported Brenda. The director, Ukolani, gave me the ice cold cream soda. Nothing happened." I mean, look, there's a lot of things. I ended up reporting this to so many people. I even did an interview when I was dealing with this. I didn't get paid because I would not sign the non-disclosure agreement or clause in the contract. I mean, there were a lot of things that took place, like on that set. I was fondled by a girl who is now deceased, and she went pata mabelo and pata nasematangeni, and then I was like, "Hi bones," and then she was like, "According to Wikipedia, I won't get arrested." I was like, okay, she's deceased now. May her soul rest in peace. And there was a male actor, black, who had fondled Damatanga. And then when I said, "Yeah, I got him," the response was that, "No, Brenda," he says that you actually had made moves on him. So I then and still do feel like
So they didn't try to call these people out. Instead, they wanted to shut you up.
No. Yes. Thank you.
Who's the black actor? Who's the actor?
What's his name? Ezra, the lead.
Ezra. The lead on the thing.
Let me Google.
Man, let's fact check.
No, let me Google.
Yes.
Say Ezra, South African actor, or Google the cast of the movie. What's it?
Sew the Winter to My Skin.
So
You know what is also so sad about this whole story is that Ukolani Susuka Good.
The director.
Yes.
The one who gave you
Jamil.
cream soda.
Yes, Jamil. Before I call him Ngxolani before
2018
film. He became, you used the Jamil name or converted to Islam.
Ezra Mabengeza.
That's okay. Candy man.
Ezra.
Yeah.
Zolisa Kaluva was here. He was
You
good.
see the
He was
face?
good vibes. No?
Police.
Yes, no.
Yeah,
He's
Olusa has the police.
he's good
Olusa
vibes.
is a
He's
cheese,
good
doesn't-
vibes.
Oh, Ezra, no Ezra.
So it's my Zos was very good vibes. In fact, a lot of my characters,
Ezra.
he's assisted me.
The non-disclosure that she had to sign, what was it for? Is it about what had happened or just generally for the production and what takes place?
Yeah, I think it was for everything. But obviously at that stage, I was like,
There
no.
were so many things
I was
that
like,
happened.
no.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So I felt like it was a way that they were shutting me up and I wasn't prepared. And like I said in my Instagram post, I said that December when I didn't get paid, because the money that I had, which was about like 20 to 30K, I spent on lawyers when we came back from the Eastern Cape to try and now deal with this issue. I think maybe best let me lawyer up because now there are a lot of like allegations and things that I'm also, let me find a formal way of dealing with this. I didn't get paid in December. I didn't get paid like way, like months later. So I struggled then so that I can come to chill
Here's the
and
racist
podcast
fuck.
and chill and talk about it.
Here's a racist fuck. He looks like a Burra Vela.
So now when you're reporting these things and these
James.
guys and being fondled, being called these racial slurs. Nothing is happening. The guy's still...
in fact, Brenda's the one.
Yo.
It's very easy when I love being talented, but I've always felt like my talent is a curse.
Yeah.
Because it huddles people together. I don't know what happens, but I don't know what it happens.
And none of these people at some point came and said, listen, in retrospect, I realized I fucked up. And maybe an apology, an attempt at an apology.
What's the cost?
I was never invited to the launch, so I never got to see anyone.
The premiere.
Yeah, the premiere I was never invited. The one person, that Canadian girl, let me see her name. What's her name again?
Hey,
what the Canadian girl?
What's the production company that did this?
No.
We said Yellowbone.
Yellowbone, you said, yes.
Yeah.
Candice
Yes.
McClure.
Yes. Yeah, she was.
Golden Eyes.
Yeah, she was a.
So the cost doesn't come to you. They don't give a shit. No one cares.
No.
Wow.
Look,
I've
also, people are thinking I don't take it personally. I've also, like a lot of people probably don't even want to befriend me because they're thinking of their jobs.
Mm.
You understand? Like, I don't know. I really miss Ubusi.
How does that make you feel, though?
Oh, man.
Suga, from the first set, Tsha-tsha, Ngxoli Makashalala sisenda yena Zolani Mahola.
Yes, do we do
Piwe Mchali. I'm under the impression that they had told production that they don't want to travel with me. Because and this I did do. I had laughed at Ngxoli's legs.
Not the legs.
I said, Nengondo. Clearly it didn't go down too well with her, and they then were, friends, and it escalated to the fact that they didn't want to, be in the same car with me. They didn't want to stay at the same place with me. So I'm used to actors walking away when I'm acting. In fact, I used to call myself Robert De Niro because apparently Robert De Niro doesn't want other people there when he's acting. Ngoksa senza Tsha-tsha, wawusathi usebhizi ke ngumimi uya-act. Uyathetha. Uve nje into ethi, then the son is going to go, what was that? Lo mnqundu nguBrenda. I've been through it all. I've been through it all. Uzolani Phakade was now the director on uGqeberha. Shame, poor guy would have to drive me around. Because I couldn't be in the car with the other actors. So now, and he at that stage, he was like the go-to guy for everything. So he would then have to drive me around because nobody wanted to travel with me. That was Tsha-tsha. I'm going through all of them. Because clearly in some way, somebody's also saying, Brenda Ngxoli did this.
And you see Zolani singing there on Freshly Ground. You think they're such cool people.
Zolani's the freshly ground lady.
Tsha-tsha and Sisanda and Bonnie Anna's ex. Yeah. You know him also.
Yes, I mean, look, Sisanda, I do talk to him. It's not but it happened.
Yes, it's a fact.
Okusala, it happened. I talked to Zolani xa nombona uZozo zawuthetha naye, but okusalayo babengandifuni near them. To the extent that bona they ended up staying in the house next door. A Hamburg. So the house next door at Hamburg had a creaky floor.
It gives me jealousy. What is there jealousy going on?
I don't know. But it got to that point. And then because I had to stay with the crew. So the crew was in the nice apartments. So at some point I had a 2-bedroom D1 facing the water. So there were perks that came with
being alienated.
And take our care.
Do you want to move on to the next topic, or do you still want to?
No, we move along.
We can move along.
Yes.
So you realize, Uri, yeah?
Can you just pause this for a moment? Yeah.
So we had to fire Dudu and bring Sky back.
Yes.
She did a great job, though. She's so quiet now. She settled down.
She was actually fine.
Yeah.
You're actually great. She wasn't crying.
She was happy, ne?
Oh, beautiful.
So I don't know why I disturbed mommy's free time. No, I'm joking.
No, but dude is good with the ladies, man. Very good.
She's good with the girls, yeah.
Yeah, she's
Girls,
good-
no,
she's
she's
with the
good with
girls.
girls. Yeah.
She's good with girls.
Like, am I missing something?
You're not missing it. Not a single miss.
You're just missing dude.
So I'm saying yes. So the whole Sangoma thing, how does that come into the picture? When did you start that?
So I'm out in the EC. So I'm out in the EC, and then this whole Sangoma vibe starts. Existing. So the only way I can sort of explain it is that all these things start happening. The industry. I wasn't broke, by the way, so I didn't go into Sangoma because I was broke and depressed, which is what everybody thinks.
Yeah.
Yes. I was actually very happy. I was cool. I'd just come back from, overseas and whatever. So in that 7 years, I just think maybe because I was also living a particular lifestyle. When you're in the villages, I'm also quite a feng shui and deep person. So
Nice.
I also went more into trying to remember what had then brought me back.
Yeah.
So I then, and then people start saying, and now all these things are also starting to happen in the industry. I'm like, hey, once again, it doesn't make sense. Why abantu blame me, and then people would be like, oh no more, yeah. And I was very reluctant because I grew up as a domestic worker's daughter, so a lot of my understanding and logic is quite English.
Yeah.
Yeah, so every time the Tetraland or someone would be like, oh, no more, yeah, or whatever. I was like, oh, yeah, no. But yes, I was having the dreams but I was living a good life. It's not like
What dreams are we having?
like mhlawumbe uzawuthonga usiya emlanjeni uzawuthonga like particular colors of beads uzawuthonga usiya ezindaweni ezithile uyabona. And then when you narrate it, those who know or claim to know will say it means X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
Uyaqonda. In hindsight, I have my own experience. Athamanini yes anali phela. Nali lelakho mntana. Uze kulwa apha emhlabeni. Nali. Kancane amantombazane. Ncanca ke sisi.
Oh.
Hey, unobele, man.
Yes.
So then I start the Sangoma journey. I wouldn't say against ideally I wouldn't have done it. So when I posted that the good Lord knows I shouldn't have entertained it, it doesn't mean that I've got anything against African spirituality. I just think that at that time, I shouldn't have entertained it. At any given time, maybe I should have just acknowledged that, okay, I do have a sense of clairvoyance or whatever type of voyance of seeing and foreseeing and, and telling people things that will make sense to them. But I honestly don't think I should have entertained it at that time. I should have just concentrated on my career. And maybe at a later stage, I should have come back, mantombazane. I remember like a friend of mine calling me up and saying, Brenda, when's Andone Eastern Cape? And I was like, yo, when Sandones, I was like, yo, no, I can't. We need you back in acting. And I was like, no. And now, what about my animals? I was like, what about my geese? And what about, and he was like, Brenda, you can get more geese. You can get other goats. You can get other things. So I just think that maybe I shouldn't have attended to it then.
So what was the last straw? What happened where you're like, nah, this ain't for me?
I had a child.
Okay. So you can't be a Sangoma with a child?
No, you can. I just, for me, the priorities have changed. I just went, hey, I miss that. There's certain things you can't do. And for me, I also, I'm so passionate about African knowledge and African spirituality that I get really saddened when people, mama, I get really saddened when people will comment that people are only like, sangomas or stuff like that because they're depressed or because they've got like mental issues. I think that is so sad. And I also do think that, I can't believe that people also say that only certain people should be sangomas. I think that everybody should have, the free will to explore that African spiritual knowledge. They're gonna, because a large part of it is learning about, the roots and the plants and learning about how to nurture your own spirituality. They're gone. And I don't think that there should be gatekeepers that are saying, no, your journey is real, your journey is fake, and if you leave it, now you are fake, or you found some fake sangoma or whatever. I think that the doors should be open, and I think that there should be a love. Yes,
So Brenda, last week
darling.
we reported on the story of you no longer being a sangoma, and now and the reason being was that from the communication is that you have now become a woman of God. So it's like
I've chosen Christianity.
Yes,
I'm entertaining Christianity now.
But does it always have to be the thing of leaving one, now it has to be replaced by the other instead of the story? Or maybe is it that the papers ran with that narrative of now you are, instead of it just didn't work out, and therefore now you are the issue is that you are focused on being a mother.
Yes,
because that was not the results.
Just come
and I'm not going to change this, guys. I have decided to leave Sangomahood for Christianity and motherhood. I know absolutely nothing about Christianity, and this I've busy in the funda with Genesis.
So is it not that the other is better?
No, okay. I don't even know what's in store for me in Christianity. I've never been an attending. I know. I'm not saying that the one is bad. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that right now, like at other times, I had been entertaining Islam and Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him, all these other years, praying 5 times a day. Before I moved into Sangomahood, I was like doing my own version, I guess, of Islam, because I was in the villages during those 7 years, and I was praying 5 times a day. I was trying to read the Quran. I was doing all those things. But what I was looking for are sort of like manuals, and I think all these things are manuals as to how, and give you tips on how to navigate this thing called life in a peaceful manner. So now, whether you're using Judaism or whether you're using whatever, it should be okay. And there are wars that exist because of religions. And I think we should entertain a religion of love. Wow. Hey, unabantwana. Unabantwana, oh boy. So I think, and unfortunately, people are looking for me to trash African spirituality. I'm not going to trash it. That knowledge that I have is priceless. The fact that I had to leave this Brenda Ngxoli and Mtanda Grita to go sleep on grass mats emizini yabantu, to go and be told about TV napa cula Brenda, if igqirha lithi hey go 2 ekseni, you get up uzogqiba uthi uvusa umoya. If she decides to send you off in the forest and say yiza neyeza elithile, a particular route, you will go, and the others who know bonisa uba TV nap, and you learn. So I just think that there needs to be a peace amongst all religions. If we want to combine all these religions, why not? They're gone.
Yeah.
And why is like, you had a fake calling. Why are we not growing as a people and developing our own religion by now? Yes, in Jesus' eras, they had the Bible. They were creating and formulating their. Sure, have we not advanced as a human race that now we should have another one that has elements of Islam, elements of this, elements of where we can all sit and pray together, because obviously when we are praying, we all seeking what? The light. So abathandazi the dark, mabaye mhlawumbi one day. No, actually, the perks of being in the dark are this, and that. And those who think they are in the light were actually in the dark. We don't know. So all I'm trying to do is look for peaceful solutions to navigate this thing called life.
And have you found it?
So,
no. I don't think one. That's why I'm trying everything. All I want to do is equip myself to such an extent that Lomdana, I can give her the base knowledge. On my phone, I've saved Yeso Coco Melon Nondoni, but I also save videos on maths and on growing trees. I just la download it nange, monks and Louise Hayes or Satya Guru, so that even when as she's growing up, and just indoctrinate her with as much knowledge as possible to say you are a human being and you're on this earth and you're more than just a Coco Melon.
Could you equate motherhood to the light as well?
Yes.
From your experience, like what was hindering you from being the best mom while being a Sangoma? Because you did say that apart from the other freedoms of wearing whatever you want to wear, but being a mom changed all of that.
Yeah, I don't know. Something just said, hey, I'm looking for something else. Yeah, I don't know how to put it.
Okay.
Yeah, Gonda,
Did you ever consult?
It's a feeling you had.
I'm not going to. But no, I'm not there anymore.
You didn't consult?
I did.
You did consult?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So was there a process of unbecoming, a Sangoma?
You see, what I found about African spirituality, and everybody seems to think that there's a manual. So I'm going to talk about Brenda's experience.
Of course.
It's quite a personal
experience.
Yes,
Journey.
it's quite a unique,
Journey.
I don't think anybody can say, okay, yes, there are those things that probably, the universal language, the headaches or the uvalo or like whatever. But even me, I can't be like, yeah, I know this is what's, I don't know.
Is it maybe that we have not documented it properly, the African spirituality?
Yes, so everybody's got
Christianity, there's a Bible.
to say.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a 2 cents to say. Like now that when I started the whole journey and I came out and all I was trying to say is that, hey guys, ningabi shy to entertain the African knowledge, and indigenous and androgynous knowledge systems. Explore your spiritual vusanjanu moya.
Do you regret it?
No, I don't. I just don't like the fact, and I've got to come to peace. I don't like the fact that I entertained it at that stage.
Yeah, timing.
I should have just entertained it like maybe a little later.
So you can still go back if you want.
Of course, there's no leaving it.
Yeah.
It's not like now I'm going to undo all those years when I had prayed and wow, mthambiso mamakhe mhlambizono mhlambizono yandihlamba umntanami uyaqona
Uhlale summertime.
ewe lapho kaze mhlawumbe uzawuza amnye mntanam mkhatswe rutse abuti wa hao lilinyalo.
Yeah.
Uyaqona, so it's no, I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all, and I'm absolutely glad I went through that. It humbled me. Waxelelwa ngabantu othi uzawubajonga ubone into hey, awumazi no x squared plus y squared is equal to z squared, but in this space that we are in, what root in this forest could heal this pimple or could heal an ailment.
Wow.
That's when you realize wealth it sits in different forms on this earth that we're on. So yeah.
I love that. That's so beautiful, man. Ghost Lady, anything else you want to ask?
You have got a beautiful set of teeth. Where did you get them done?
I got them from Dr. Kong's.
Okay.
Yes, Dr. Kong's Epinoni. He's a very hot gentleman, but he's married. Yeah, to go through this mission of mine, because I'm inboxing people. You know what?
Brenda, you still inboxing people for work?
Yeah,
Brenda, you're a fucking legend.
Oh, fucking legend. Why am I not working, babe? Don't use Brenda. What? Who has been saying what? I dare somebody.
Sure.
Who has been saying what about Brenda Ngxoli? Difficult kangaka ngubani odecide leyo wadlala uthixo wazoqoba nyibheke igama lam uzaliklin ethande engathandi.
You can't consult to see who it is.
Ufuna ndikuxelele?
Xelele.
Aba bendimention nabensenza ntoni? Do they need a consultation?
You know.
Or maybe should I also maybe talk about there was a time when my face was on billboards and bottles of e-reds.
Yes.
And I was fighting SAB for like 3 years. And in the last month, because it's a 3-year period for litigation, in the last month, they released a document that said, no, Brenda, but actually we had paid your agent 3,000 rand. No. Muneen was like, Muneen, they don't talk about how great that woman was. They talk about how she had favorites. Muneen lim dagabawo, she would, if I used to like be in and out of her. Be like, Moon, I'm leaving, I need to fly. Like, okay, Brain. And I come back, Moon, they won't give me my money. Like, hold on. Tati phone. I'm fast. Finally, like, okay. And I'll be like, okay, I'm always about business. But like, you can take, how much do you want? Like, just cover the lawyer's fees. And then
Wow.
But my face was on on reds, billboards, a bottle of reds. Now, a campaign like that, it takes 5 years to clear. So it means that for 5-year period, no one really is going to touch you because basakumbula i-reds. Now, low bull, there was a lady called Riska Emmerman who I was dealing with. I think I was with Thespians. The person who was dealing with the contract was Ufune Kambela, who then ended up being like a director. Goma Rhythm City, Goma So,
You never got paid for that?
No.
Wow.
So as people were saying, 5 down, remember that advert is going 5 down, dun. I got paid for the TV commercials, everything else.
Not your royalties.
No. Even Ukompral once threw my face on a billboard after I did an ad for them.
Whoa.
And then they said, when I contacted them, said, you know, what's happening? They was like, no, it's not you. I'm sure AI was around then.
And you just let it go.
What do you do? What? You see, people can say, why are you only talking about it now?
It's fine. It's just water. She's in a Tyler era. Guys, the war.
So, I mean, what do you do? Because you're also like young and you're also like trying to work for your mother and your sister. You've got like responsibilities. I used to say that I'm not a breadwinner, I'm a crumb winner. Ndi-crumb winner mna ndisebenzele ekhaya naxesha lomjolo because ndicinga ii-rafters nee-paralines neendondoni. Yabo imali ndandisa yonke. Kumama yonke ndandishiyeka mhlawumbi ndabhatala irente ndiyazazi noba ndandisela ntoni ndandisela isavana 6 packs zawunxila kube.
But you never told us, why are you fighting with your mom and sister again?
I don't know. I'd really like to know that after ndisebenze nzima kangaka, why every time I come back ndihlala kabuhlungu to the extent of ndide ndibizelwe i-social worker.
Kokwenu.
Yes. I'm stopping ngoku. Yeah, but I see, when I talk about my things, I said it's the Brenda era. It's the Brenda time to write Mali. Not here for a petty party. No. And when I said to them, I always say that they always say, Saksema Pepin. And I say, Napaima Pepin is our figure indeed. Now I'll also have an opportunity to say something. But one thing for sure is that I'm not the only person who has been doing black tax in and who has these challenges within our families. Family disputes are okay. They're okay. I'm not saying I hate my mother, I hate my sister, but unfortunately, whereas kukumzenda ndiwakhile. Yabona? Kuthe ndithe qhi umntana eRhawutini, kodwa ngelo xesha bendisebenzile. Iigusha zam neebhokhwe zam kuthe ndingazazi kodwa bendisebenzile. Athi ntoni mantombazana? Into zofaka indlwala ezi. Yabona? But xa ufamous, yabona? Bakhona laa nto uba you get backed up into a corner. Saksemaphepheni.
But how can they emotionally blackmail you like that? Saksemaphepheni, when you've done so much for them. Like you literally said, you've financially been there for them and probably other ways.
I know. I always say that uSathana akadilizi imizi engamanga. Even the relationship with my Sky's father, it was a very solid, beautiful relationship. Yeah, I think uSathana nje wangena. Guys, planning relationships zenu, look after and nurture each other, because the dark side is always just looking for a small little gap. Yeah, and if you don't have the tools, and we weren't praying, you know what I mean? Hence now I'm going, hey, maybe I should try this Christianity thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, maybe let me try it, because maybe I missed, this understanding of what the devil is and, that thing. So I'm just looking for tools on hand. That's why I don't have any hate for him. I just realized that we had a beautiful thing going and uSathana waboni gap wangen.
Amari must just pray. Prayer works. Prayer is powerful.
Yeah, so I want to explore that, because I've never explored Christianity and stuff. So I want to explore that. I don't want to deprive Sky of like the knowledge of how to pray and how to talk to God and what is this thing of Jesus and what is the history of it. I literally don't know. Yeah, and that's all I'm trying to do. Just, learn.
Beautiful. Penduga, any last question?
Yeah.
So Penduga.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
You're addictive, boy.
Yeah, you are. You're super. I'm taken.
Oh, he's mesmerized.
Yeah. So tell me, like,
yes, darling.
do you, with the transitioning, right, from by Sangoma, what happens now when you I don't know if you've been through that process where you then get the dreams again that keep coming back and bothering you and it keeps calling you back? Because it sounds like it was a genuine, real thing if you dreamt about all the beads and stuff.
Look, like I say, my understanding of this spiritual journey, and I think that we should stop, all of us, now more you now. It's just that we don't have the tools of how to nurture it and look after it, which routes maybe to take so that can help you, dream clearer, and I feel that knowledge is becoming like they are gatekeepers. Kwabavalile into ba hayi makungene selected few and ndithi mna vula masango sonke singene. So that each and every person then creates their own methodology as to how to nurture spirituality. Because I may say that, this is what I did. I can say I was told to go like to the mountain, what nana, or go do this or go do that. And then somebody else may discredit it and say, no, that's not the real way. So I just think that if I want it, it's not going to go away that I know the roots. I don't want it. It's just that now I just want to know what's up with this Christianity business. I don't know it. I want to know what's up.
Yeah. And my other question was like, you've told your story, right? And it seems like you've been hard done at a lot of points in your career. Would you ever, at any point, have you hard done anyone else? Like, is there any point where you're like, I was wrong? And I'm not talking about being misunderstood for having a passion for your work.
Or laughing at freshly ground legs.
No, it was Noxie's legs.
Yeah, she was laughing at her pot belly. Freshly ground. Yeah, like... Ay, man. It's not my album. It's a joke. I
was a big actor, son.
Yeah, I don't act.
No,
I don't act. Yeah, but like...
Look,
do you take any ownership of anything wrong that you may have done along the way?
I do. When Bakata and Yazam about to combine them, I would have probably laughed at someone for something.
That's not bad,
Or being
yeah.
impatient like on set because now I need to like
Or
deal-
snappy.
But that's part of the
Yes.
work and getting the perfect.
It may not be part of the work. It's just maybe the character.
Recently I was doing like a show for I can't remember, there was a show that Obey Muchupisi had booked me for. And the deal was like, okay, Obisi, we'll tata 10% yakho okanye lo mali. Somewhere along the line, Obisi, like akakho available. Abona kafumaneki, akathini. So kanti mnike 10% yakhe. So, I didn't do that. So I'm sure usayifuna no, but andiyazi kaloku mhlawumbi Obey, he's a casting director.
Exactly.
Maybe right now he's busy saying, don't use Brenda.
Shows the
Yeah, gone?
10%.
Yeah.
Well, he disobeyed the agreement you guys had.
He wasn't there. And our dispute, ne?
Disobey.
What?
No, disobeyed. Listen. Fuck him.
No,
I'm
but
kidding,
our thing, my whole thing was that I wanted to operate as a company. Yeah, gone. And then Gangoku, as I'm busy trying to get the documents and whatever, we are invoiced. So I don't know if they didn't take me seriously when I say I want to operate as a company, but half. And I was saying, but who then formulated the invoice? You should have just said, I'm not going to pay you. Wait until like all your documents are here. Then who invoiced on my behalf? Why is I understand you? And then he just was never available. So I don't know. And he's very connected. So
Sure. But where we at now, Brenda? In closing, where we at now? What's happening? What are you working on? What's the future looking like?
I am in pre-production
Okay.
of a show.
Nice.
Andikwazi uthetha ngayo ke.
Okay. What channel is it on?
Hayi iyabhava ichannel le.
Okay.
Are you producing this one? Or
It's a streaming channel.
steering? Lead.
Hey.
Lead the steering, boy. Free the press.
But yes.
Brenda got a groove back.
Brenda's got a baby too.
That's a 90s joke. Don't laugh. Y'all niggas don't know that. You don't know that.
2000.
But you know what, guys? Like really, I would really like my name to be cleaned out because ndidinwa kusokola. Ndiphethe umntana ndiyasokola.
In closing, what do you want to be remembered as? Brenda. Sis Brenda Ngxoli.
Brenda Ngxoli. If you say Bongiwe ke.
Bongiwe.
Yabona ubongiwe, only my selected few abandibiza ubongiwe.
I'm one of them.
Oh nyani. Hey kaniveni le.
What do you want to be remembered as when it's all said and done?
An absolutely amazing mom and an absolutely phenomenal actress. And a brand ambassador that can shift things off the shelf. And also, soon and very soon, I also then want to be a producer, but of my own thing.
Oh, love it. Let's manifest it, though. Let's manifest it.
You've already started.
I always say to people always asking about why don't you go to MacG, Brenda? Like all my friends be like, Brenda, bakuphethe kakubi kwi-industry kutheni ungahambi uyothetha okuthula kwakho, it's not helping you. You know, there are other people who've also been ostracized and been spoken about. Hambi ya MacG, you know, they'll ask the right questions. And I always said, I'll only go to MacG when I've got something to talk about. If you know I'm there, then you must know that I'm coming with my own thing.
Danko.
Brands.
Uskai afuni stepfather. What's happening?
No, but you're too short for me.
I didn't put myself in.
Ndifuna abanye abantwana. Ndiyafuna nditshilo ndathi ndiyathanda amidzayigo hot.
Yeah.
Ewe, yes, definitely ndifuna utshata, ndifuna yonke into.
I said Van.
Are you an advocate for having kids after 40?
Yes. In fact, I was very shocked for having this child. I was very shocked. I wanted the child at 50.
Oh, wow.
And 50.
Kaloku ndi-healthy mna, so.
You don't drink, you don't smoke.
No. Ndiyasela, ndiyatshaya, but ndi-healthy.
Yeah.
Ndi-healthy, like ndi-healthy, ndiyazazi into yoba ndi-healthy. And especially now, it's like only now because I'm in pre-production for this role.
Yes.
That I'm like, starting to gym, whatever. But I'm very extremely healthy. The only time I went to the hospital was to give birth.
Wow.
That's why I also don't like older men, because I'm like, the young at heart.
Oh, you like
So the
them
signs were
younger.
there, the Sangoma thing and stuff.
What?
Because you barely find them in hospital. They generally, gifted
Oh,
people.
God, the moya now. And John, babes, I do know why people also kind of freak out. Like, I do freak myself out now, the act. Like, I do feel myself in the change. And I can see actors like, lose their dialogue. Bam, they sing the Brenda Ngxoli magic.
Would you say it's spiritual acting?
I don't know.
Mara, hold up, man. With all this couch casting, no one has ever sat here and said, I've been couch casted. So who are they couch casting?
And everybody speaks of it like it's prevalent in the industry, but no one says. It's like porn being $1 billion industry, but there's
But no one
people-
watches it.
Yeah, but no one watches it. You know what I mean? Like, it's one.
Mhlawumbi kaloku le nam ndifuna uyi-understanda. Hence, I am now speaking out and going, okay, maybe I should share some stories of my life. There are actors who rock up and absolute slosh. You got? There are actors who rock up, bengazazi ne-lines. Funeka bafeedwe ii-lines. I had challenges on The Queen with the makeup and hair department. I would get to work and my costume would be stinking of EJ's fluid.
But with Our Perfect Wedding, it sounds like it's the production company, because you're complaining about things such as the safety, right? Security, the car you're traveling.
Yes, it was red pepper.
Red pepper.
And there was a male actor, black, who had fondled amatanga. And then when I said, I got him, because and this I did do. I had laughed at Ngxoli's legs.
Not the legs.
I said, Nengondo.
And my phone doesn't have a pin.
Jeez.
They wouldn't say that as a gentleman's name, because I'm so sick and tired of being called about. But hello, Kibwali Mang.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Before, I actually used to be like a very goody.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, if I met you and I'd be like, oh, you have a girlfriend. I'd be so offended. I'd be like, oh, dear.
Yeah.
Gogu, ndithatha kwandotata.
Wait. Why am I saving your number? You were still saying, take my numbers. I'm take your numbers.
Save. Usave as uJohn.
Hey, let's go and don't go, Penduka. Let's go and don't go, Penduka. Brenda, thank you so much for coming through, man. Really appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. I think this is the one time my Twitter has had so much exposure.
We won't be putting stars.
I love this whole Christianity thing. No, I don't need to. I love the whole Christianity thing. You're right. I should be in America, because abantu base America bayatweka.
Exactly.
Yo, fuck God, man. Jesus is fucking great, y'all. Peace, y'all. Come on. Actually, I do speak English.
Thank you. We are here, podcast and chill. Boom.
Bye.
Welcome to Black Excellence. Do not fear, for if you do, just sip on some grandeur. And if you still do, ask ourselves, what would Mapapunzi do? Parama chila, itlesha lefiki. Ungoyigi, even if when they ask you, how sabini, do not fear. For if you do, just say, Anistiri. This is the medicine of censorship. This is the pill. Which one is that one? Podcast and chill.